Thank you for having me. My name is Alejandro Cáceres. I'm the Executive Director of the Austin Immigrant Rights Coalition. I'd like to thank City Council, first of all, for showing the amazing courage that they are showing right now by even presenting this resolution, right? And we as a community of immigrants have been doing this work for like the last 6 months, for the last year, for the last 5 years. We've been presenting at churches, we've been presenting at, at trailer parks, we've been presenting at our community members' homes, and what we hear is that everyone, when we present that, everyone there knows someone who's in deportation proceedings or who has already been deported. And because of that, there is a lack of trust. There is a fear that they do not want to have interactions with the police. We have a member in our organization who is a 70-year-old woman who is too afraid to even walk to the store by herself because she's scared that the cops are going to stop her, start asking her for her immigration status, and because her family's already suffered a deportation, she does not even want to put herself in that position. So this is the kind of fear that secure communities is causing within our community, right? That people don't actually even want to go outside to go to the store because they're too scared that they're going to be separated from their families. And this isn't just her, this is something that's happening everywhere else in Travis County. We're very thankful that the City of Austin has now decided that this is enough, that our immigrant community needs to be treated with respect, needs to be treated with dignity, and they need to be treated just like everyone else in this county and in this city. And I think that it's great that the City of Austin is doing this. Thank you very much.
Ranjana Natarajan, and I direct the Civil Rights Clinic at the University of Texas Law School. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. This is a very important resolution that's before the City Council today, and one that will have a great impact on many parts of our community. So it's really important, I think, that people be aware of some of the legal issues underlying this resolution. So the Secure Communities Program is one that has raised many important constitutional concerns. Courts around the country in recent months have said that counties and localities should be warned because they could be on the hook for some very serious damages claims coming out of these constitutional problems. Travis County needs to take these warnings seriously. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the constitutional problems that are inherent in the S-Comm program. First, as you alluded to, there's a serious Fourth Amendment problem in detaining people when there's no legal authority to do so. That violates the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. So what do I mean when I say there's no legal authority? What I mean is this. ICE is asking Travis County to hold people on these detainers for 48 hours, but the detainers are not based on probable cause. They're not warrants based on probable cause. And on top of that, they're not showing that there's some reason that they couldn't get a warrant in time to hold these people. So they're not meeting the requirements of the Fourth Amendment, either by the Constitution or even under the immigration laws themselves, which set standards for arresting people on immigration violations. In addition, there may be due process problems under the Constitution in holding people without giving them an opportunity to contest these detainers. Several people from around the country have come forward in lawsuits saying, I'm a U.S. citizen. They got it wrong. I wasn't supposed to be held at all. And that there's no reason why that could happen here. It's the same databases that the FBI has that we're using around the country. So Travis County is using the same information as any other county, and you could get it wrong. And there are some due process problems. And finally, for all of these reasons, the county might be opening itself up to state tort law liability as well. So in recognition of this, over 112 jurisdictions from around the country have said we are not participating in this voluntary program anymore. We're not going to do this because of the safety risks involved, because of the family separation, and because of the legal issues. And these are not small cities and communities. They're communities like Alameda County, which includes Oakland, California, Multnomah County, which includes Portland, Oregon, Cook County, which includes the city of Chicago. These are major metropolitan areas like Austin, Texas. And so we really need to heed these warnings from the court and say we're not going to participate in violating people's constitutional rights. And I want to say one last thing, which is it's not just immigrant families that are being torn apart. These are citizens' families as well that are being torn apart because these children, sisters, brothers, family members are citizens as well. Most of our immigrant families are families with citizens and immigrants as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm Bob Leibel, the Executive Director of Grassroots Leadership. I also want to thank council members Morrison, Martinez, and Cole for bringing this resolution. I think this is going to be a really historic day in Austin, Texas, when the city council votes on this resolution this evening. As Alejandro said, I think very eloquently, the immigrant community bears the brunt of this program, of this Secure Communities program. But all of the rest of us are paying for this program. Every Travis County and City of Austin taxpayer is paying tax dollars to subsidize this program, to pay additional jail days that people are staying in the jail at more than $100 a day at our current rate in the county jail. In addition to that, there are also costs when a worker is taken from their job. There are economic costs to that deportation. When a breadwinner is taken from their family, there are economic costs associated with social services and other costs. And so there are really tremendous costs, both human and financial, for the immigrant community and for the Travis County and City of Austin taxpayer. And so this is really an important resolution for all of us, and I think that the people in this room show the diversity of the support for this resolution here in Travis County and here in Austin. And so we'll be delivering more than 500 letters to City Council this evening in support of this resolution, and we're very much looking forward to the next steps in making sure that the 19 deportations that happen every single week on Travis County and City of Austin taxpayer dime will be happening no more. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob.
Asian Americans are over 2/3 foreign born. That's a higher proportion than even the Latino community. So that means that this is a community and population that gets caught up all the time. My partner Richard Jung, who's here, who's been a big activist on this issue, has personally received phone calls all in the middle of the night, represented clients, people who are here on valid immigration status who are caught up in these situations. Some of them almost lost their jobs because of this situation. So it's a big, big problem for our community. And for all of us, we're really in support. And that's why I believe we're not just members of, but many of the Asian American organizations here, such as NAAO and the Chamber of Commerce, have officially signed on in support of these efforts. Any other questions?
Yeah, the Travis County Sheriff repeatedly has said that he's not going to change his mind, that nothing's going to make him change his mind. He's not going to change his mind, and he said it again and again. So what do we hope to accomplish?
Well, the City of Austin is by far the largest customer, you can say, of the Travis County Central Booking Facility. That means that they rely on us for the vast majority of the funding that comes through because of the reimbursement we provide to the county through that agreement. If we pull out of that agreement, they're going to be left with very, very little, and I think they're going to wake up and smell the coffee when they realize that's going to be the situation. I understand the sheriff's had a big problem with this. I chaired it, and I was a member of the Immigrant Commission. It's worth noting the Austin Human Rights Commission and Commission on Immigrant Affairs have also passed resolutions in support of this. But when, right, the Travis County Democratic Party. When I was on the Commission on Immigrant Affairs, we held a joint hearing with Sheriff way back in 2008, maybe 7 or 8, a while ago, when this first started. And of course, he was not very receptive then. But I think if you realize this, and if people can really make him understand the issue, not just of justice, not just of these issues that we've been talking about, but now we have clear direction from federal appellate courts saying that we are liable as a county, liable as a city, and that we will not be immune from such liability in the way that governments are often immune in these types of cases. So that means we could be facing multiple lawsuits of multi-million dollars each. I mean, this could add up to $1 billion easily, depending on the number of people caught up. So I think that will hopefully catch the sheriff's attention.
And it's going to happen here as well. Does it take a lawsuit? Should the county have to pay for the fact that the sheriff's department is not willing to look broadly and see what's happening across the country and recognize this is something that needs to happen here and now, particularly because we're Travis County. This is the place that should take leadership in terms of making changes like this to ensure that families stay together and that we maintain the values that I think our county has been known for, for as long as I can remember anyway.